Hello, everybody. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to today's live video. If you're watching this beginning part of the video, you are probably catching the replay. So special shout out to you. Please leave a comment. Say hello. Let me know that you are watching. If you are catching me live, please also leave a comment. Say hello. Let me know you're watching. I actually don't know if you're here if you don't leave a comment, which maybe some of you are trying to be sneaky, but that's just that. Look at this. This is so wild. Do you see this? Have I ever had this much reflection? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Ann. So my new glasses came. So I did a couple of Instagram stories this morning, and after I finished those, my new glasses came, and I feel like they're like reflecting. Look at that. Whoa. Hi, Lene. Hi, Alicia. Alicia with 1 L in hello and 2 L's in hello. I'm just teasing you. Anyway, but look at this. Isn't this cool? Whoa. So this is actually what the frame is. And then I have these toppers. So it looks like I have new glasses. And here's the thing is when I got my old glasses a year ago, I wanted to get clear ones. And I didn't love how they looked. And I think it's because I really like how I look with actual glasses on. And this makes it look like I'm not wearing any. So I got pink clear and I'm not convinced. So I got to put the black frames on so that they look a little more normal to me. But I don't know. When I'm just like doing daily whatever things, I probably won't have any toppers on. But yeah, anyway, you might not care, but that's just that. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Marva. Thank you so much. I know they're super fun. So I got like ones with, well, maybe I should, no, okay. It's too late. I was going to surprise you. And then I, talked too much. So I got some with like turkeys all over them. So wait for those. They're coming. Hello, everyone. All right. So let's go ahead. We've got a good show tonight. We've got a lot to talk about, kind of a lot to talk about. So I want to get started. Marva, you like the pink. Okay, good to know. I don't know. I think you get so used to your own appearance, right? And so for me, like, the bangs are a staple and my glasses are a staple. So every time they're like, do you want contacts? And I'm like, nope, I don't. I don't like how I look without glasses. So I don't want contacts. Right. And so I think that's my thing with the clear. My mom actually said that to me. She was like, it kind of looks like you're not wearing glasses. And I was like, maybe that's why I don't like them. Hello, everyone. Okay. So let's go ahead. I am going to flip my camera down in just a second here so you can see my desktop. But it is Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, 5 p.m. Central Time. You made it on time. If you're watching live, you made it through the time change. We are here together. So yeah, all good. All good. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Thanks, Corinne, for sharing. Hello, everyone. Jennifer said hello from North Carolina. I'll be booking some flights to North Carolina soon. Stampin' Up! Has an event there in March, so I'm heading there. I got my hotel. I just need to book my flight. Hi, Holly. I know, dare to be a little different. I know, that's why I got ones with turkeys on them, and that's different, right? Okay, so let me flip my camera down here so that you can see my desktop. Hi, Lori. We are going to, first I'm going to do a little show and tell because this card, you guys, I love it so much. And so if you maybe noticed and maybe you haven't yet, and if you haven't, that's okay, but you're going to notice now. On Saturdays, I have been doing YouTube videos again. Now, this is something I did probably a year ago, maybe even longer than that. And it ended up just having to stop because there's only so many hours in a day, right? We all deal with stuff like that. And so I stopped it, but I was finding that I was really, really missing those YouTube videos. It was a time to chat. It was a time for me to like try something new and step out of my comfort zone, do something a little different, as Anne said. And so I missed them. So I brought them back. This past Saturday, I brought out, I'm going to label them as episode numbers. So it was episode number 4 of Craft and Chat is what I'm calling them. And on that Craft and Chat, I actually took an idea that I saw on Facebook and I made it into a card. And this is the card that I ended up making. And I just wanted to shout it out because this is probably my most favorite card I've ever made. It's at least my favorite in my stash right now. I don't know if any of you are going to actually get this for Christmas because I can't part with it. And I know we all have cards we felt like that about too. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe I'll make like 20 of them and then it won't be so special anymore. And then I'll actually mail them. Oh, Alicia said she's glad they're back because she missed them. I know. I like doing them too. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. You're so kind. Deborah, the Saturday videos the video themselves are posted on YouTube because they're not live. They're pre-recorded. But I do post the link on Facebook on Saturday morning as well. So 7 a.m. Central Time is what I aim for the video to go live. And then I post, a half hour or so after that on Facebook saying, hey, this is on YouTube. So yeah, but the actual video itself you watch on YouTube. So anyway, I just wanted to shout this card out because I love it. And I especially wanted to shout it out because you can see I've got silver and gold embossing powder in here. And I want you to try this. I want you to mix up your embossing powders, not like literally mix them. Go watch the video to see what I mean. But I want you to try it. And I know Alicia posted, I had a comment. I don't remember who it was, but the card was stunning using the same set on my post on Facebook with it. Go try it. That's my little plug for that. So, okay. So today we are going to play with a suite from the mini catalog. By the way, that set there, because I did have some questions on it. Let me just show you. That was also from the mini catalog. It's called the Frozen Edges bundle. Right here on page 50. That's what I made that card off of. Frozen Edges bundle. I used the big snowflake stamp, and then I used one of the sentiments, and then I used some of the dies. They have these 3 detailed snowflake dies, so I used those to make that card. So you can tell it's very different from these 3 here, but oh my gosh, this card right here sucked me into this bundle. I love this card. It's going to be cased. It's coming up. We're going to probably play with that bundle in December because I think it's good for like New Year's or general winter. So we're going to probably play with that in December, but just throwing it out there. Okay, so today, though, we are going to stamp with the Snowy Wonder set, and this is a super fun one. It is a photopolymer set. It's addicting. I know, Alicia, it is. I'm already thinking, like, what else could I do? The person who I saw who did it with a Halloween card, and she mixed black and silver together, and it was super pretty. But by the time I filmed that Halloween, I filmed it, I think, before Halloween, but it posted after, and I didn't need any more Halloween cards, so I had to pivot and come up with something else, and that card, my favorite. Anyway, so photopolymer stamp set for Snowy Wonder. We are using every single stamp tonight. Now, I mentioned this somewhere before, but when I first got this set, well, first of all, look at it in the catalog, and I was like, oh, for cute, right? Like, that is coming to my house. That's place an order. It's coming, right? Well, then I got it, and we used it for retreat in September, and I was like, this set is so hard to work with because there's so many stamps that I like struggled like building scenes. Okay, but once you start going, you just keep going. Let me tell you. So I like to make it a mission of mine to use every stamp on these Tuesday videos. And we did. So we accomplished that this week. We are also, I believe, we might not be using every die, but you could. If we're not using every die, we're using almost every die. So yes, it is such a pretty suite. And I love the pool party. Like pool party, even if you're a traditional Christmas color fan, I feel like you could match pool party with anything. Anything like garden green poppy parade or garden green and rail red or shaded spruce and cherry cobbler, add in pool party and it's going to look good. So if you need a little something, there you go. Anyway, we are going to do some die cutting together today. I did do some of the die cutting beforehand as usual, but this is an awesome suite. So it starts on page 32 and 33 of the mini catalog, and it is incredible. Okay, the loose snowflakes are in the set, which I have fallen in love with. The pool party pom-pom ribbon is in the set, which I also love, but not for cards because I don't like making bows with it. Just putting that out there, but it's great for boxes or tags. Okay. So awesome. So the other cool thing about this set too is that it has snow globes. Anyway, so I wanted to show you because this is also the set we're using for club this month. Now, Club Create is my monthly card club. It's subscription based, and anybody in the US is welcome to join us. We have a ton of fun making 8 cards every single month, mostly cards. Sometimes, like in October, I did a box, so they made 6 cards. and 2 boxes. But 8 cards is usually what it is, 2 each of 4 different designs. So you get to make each card twice. And it's awesome. But we are using this Snowy Wonder set for club in November. So if you would like to join us for club, make sure you sign up before November 20th. But I am going to sneak peek you the projects. Now, I did not do a club sneak peek video for this month. So this is the first time these are getting sneak peeked. So if you are a current club member and you don't want to have the surprise, like the secret revealed, close your eyes right now. I'll tell you when to open, okay? And then I'm going to show everybody else. Here they come. These are the cards that we are making for club this month. So you will get the supplies to make all 8 of these, plus consumable Stampin' Up! Products. So like the DSP, the ribbon, the embellishments, as well as I don't know, what was I going to say? The PDF, the access to the Facebook group. We have a birthday list. There's so many fun things. So that is club. You can open your eyes now if they were closed. That is club. It is super fun. If you'd rather join us for just 1 month, you can do that. It is $5 more expensive to do that because there's extra admin work on my end. So if you'd like to join us, it's $45 a month. You get a gift for your first month. You get a gift every 6 months. I love it. I love my club members so much. And yeah, Lori Hall did the hard eyes and said club. And I'm going to tell you, she loves being in club. She questioned it for a while. I'm going to call it out, Lori. she had questions. And then she was like, why didn't I do this sooner? I was like, I don't know. I was trying to tell you. Anyway, so try it out. Join us for November. And then December is going to be awesome too. I'm not going to tell you what we're using yet, but I'm 95% sure I've picked out what we're using. So anyway, let's go ahead. We're going to look at the cards we're making tonight. So these are 4 additional ideas using this bundle. These are not the club cards, which is super awesome because then for my club members, if you don't have this Snowy Wonder bundle, you can place your order this week and get this. Zoo Crew sucked you in. I love it. And you can get the supplies to make these. So we are going to make these 4 cards together during tonight's live video. Let me switch this over so I don't forget to mention it. But if you would like to make these cards at home, you don't want to cut all the cardstock yourself, I actually offer for free. This is my weekly class to go. So I switch bundles every week. So this week is the Snowy Wonder class to go. So if you place an order in my online store of $45 or more through this Friday, November 8th, so end of the day on Friday, so midnight Central Time, I will send you the card kits to make each of these at home. You can order whatever you want from my online store. If you don't have the Snowy Wonder bundle, you can order that. If you don't have the pumpkin pie blends, you can order that. Whatever you want. If you already have that, but you want to get some new online exclusives that launched today, you can do that. Whatever you want. $45 before tax and shipping. I will send these to you as a thank you gift from me, because I love you. And that's just my way of saying thanks for supporting me. So that's that. So we are going to make these. Oh my gosh, Lynn, I have such a funny story about my sweater. Thank you. We are going to make these 4 cards together tonight. Oh, by the way, when you place your order, make sure you use this host code. You can just click the link in the description of this video and it will take you to my online store with that host code. But that host code is what tells me that you want the class, because sometimes people don't want the class, but they want to order stuff, and that's fine too. So, okay, we are going to make this card. I have a funny sweater story in a minute. No creating for you. Oh, you hurt your thumb. I'm so sorry, Joan. That is not fun. I don't even remember which thumb it was, but one of my thumbs was like really, I think it was my left thumb was like sore last week. It was odd. I like went to stand up and I did this and I was like, ow, like, I don't know what I did to it, but I'm glad mine's better. And I hope yours heals soon too. So, all right, we are going to make this card first. This card I cased from Meg Lovin. I saw her card on Pinterest and I loved it. So we have a pool party card base. We have a pool party layer. This is embossed with the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. We've got a scrap of basic white that we're going to stamp on. We've got some pieces. This is the Snowy Scenes DSP. So we've got the trees and we've got the plaid. There's the other side there, a cute penguin one and a cute snowman one. So you could fussy cut those out. I don't know why you would, but no, I'm just kidding. I totally would. They are cute. I'm just not a fussy cutter. You will have a circle. This is punched out of the Graceful Vellum pack. I love this pattern because it looks like snow. And I used the 2 3/8 circle punch for that. You're going to have a strip of basic white for your sentiment. And then you are going to have some pumpkin pie and some peach pie to die cut out 2 cute little trees. So let's start with stamping because it's the best place to start. I've got my Let It Snow stamp because it's like kind of perfect because we have a snowman on our card. And I actually am using pumpkin pie ink. I don't think I have ever used pumpkin pie ink for a Christmas sentiment before, but there's a first for everything. So here we go. All right, so I have stamped that down. Let me move some things on my table here so I have some more space. I stamped that down kind of over towards the right-hand side so that we have some room for our snowman to sit down. And then we are going to take our scrap piece here to stamp our snowman, which I am going to stamp in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And the reason is because I'm going to color in his cute little carrot nose with some blends. And so when you are coloring with blends, you want to use a blends are alcohol based. So you want to use a water-based ink. So you want to use Memento. Did I get that right? I think so. Wait, maybe these are alcohol based, right? Now I'm like, yeah, they are. Now I'm like totally rethinking everything. Like I just told them the wrong thing. No, I didn't. Okay. I don't think I did anyway. All right. I've got my pumpkin pie blends and I've got the light one. I'm just going to use the light one to color in his cute little carrot nose. And that's good enough for me. And then we're going to die cut him out. So let me grab my snowman die and my Post-it note tape. And then I'll grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and we will die cut this guy out. Okay. My sweater story. So a few weeks ago, my mom's sister, niece, and I all went down. We went about an hour away. For those of you who live in the Twin Cities area, we went down to Red Wing and we went shopping because it's cute down there. So, and I like shopping. Oh, let me take this away so you can see my whole workspace. Anyway, so we went down there and we went into this boutique and they had this sweater. Okay. And I was like, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And my sister was like, if you buy that, you'd look like a grandma. And I was like, I don't think so. I think I'd look really cute. And she was like, you can't buy that. And I was like, okay. So I didn't buy it. So then I came home and I went online and I bought it because I kept thinking about it. And I was like, I need that sweater. And I love it. So I'm so glad that I went and bought it. But how funny is that? There's also like another jackety thing that I have that she was like, you can't buy that. It's ugly. And I was like, I don't think it's ugly. And she was like, it is. And then I bought it anyway. And it's one of my favorite things. I don't know if it's out of like defiance because she told me it was ugly. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right. Let's adhere some things together. I'm just laughing at the whole situation. I don't even think she knows I bought this sweater. And I'm probably going to see her today. So she'll find out. All right. So I added some seal to the back of that embossed pool party piece and then laid that onto my card front. You can go ahead and fold and burnish our card. And then we're going to add these DSP strips. So I'm going to flip these over, add some seal to the back. We are definitely going to run out of seal today too. Ruh-roh. That's okay. I have refills. And then we are going to attach these. Now I've got probably about 1/4 of an inch from the edge of our embossed layer to the edge of our DSP. I know. Well, okay, I wasn't going to buy the sweater because I was like, yeah, I really don't need it. Like I am really trying to be intentional with my clothes purchases because you guys, it's getting kind of ridiculous in my closet. So I'm trying to be super intentional. And I was like, oh, am I just going to think about the fact that she said that? And I'll never want to wear the sweater. Like, am I going to get in my head? And then like the whole ride home, I was like, I really wish I bought that sweater. So I was so glad when I got online because some boutiques, like it's a small town and some boutiques don't have like an online store. Oh, I lucked out. All right, then I've got this cute vellum circle here, and I am just going to I just added 1 strip of seal back here. You can kind of see it through there. Remember with vellum, wherever you put adhesive, it can show through. So I added that down because that snowman is going to cover most of that, okay? Red Wing is really fun. I know, buy what I love. Exactly. Lynn, you're funny. I was called grandma in high school too. So your daughter and I have that in common. All right. So I added that down and I kind of added it. You can't really see it super well on camera, but it's right here. You can see it in person for sure. So it's kind of like halfway-ish between, it's more like, I don't know, just, yeah, you know. So that's added there. Let's go ahead and add, it's personal preference, really. You could also stick your snowman down, like play with the snowman and see where you wanted that before you added your circle down. Okay, so I'm going to peel some dimensionals here and add them to the back of our sentiment. Now, I purposefully cut this sentiment to size. This is the size you're going to get in your kit too. This is the size that I wanted it to be. If you end up wanting yours, oh, look at that backing. Okay, if you wanted yours to be a little smaller, you could do that too. But I'm going to make sure I cover the bottom of that circle, and I'm just centering this on my card like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take that cute snowman, flip him over, and then on his little rump here, we're going to add 1 dimensional, because he's going to go on a level 2. Okay, so our sentiment is on a level 1 because it's raised 1 set of dimensionals. We're going to put our snowman on a level 2. So the bottom part is going to sit on our strip. So we only need 1 dimensional. Up on his head, we are going to double stack our dimensionals, so he's not like laying backwards, you know. And stick this down right here. So I'm kind of centering him then in the circle, and it makes it kind of look like he's in the snow globe there. All right, so let's go ahead and we are going to, just grabbing my silicone sheet here, you guys, this is getting ridiculous. Look at all of these, like, oops, I cut that the wrong size, but I added adhesive on the back, and I'm not going to throw it away because it's a lot of cardstock, so I got to use it on something. I'm going to need another silicone mat. All right, added some seal to the back of those. And then we're going to just tuck these in under. And I purposefully didn't add any dimensionals. I mean, adding dimensionals under the arms would be like magic. If you can do that, more power to you. I cannot, like, that would just be too much for me. So I didn't add them there so I could sneak those trees in. That's what we're going with. All right, then we are going to finish this card off with some adorable loose snowflakes. So I'm just going to add my liquid glue, and just a little dot does a lot here. And because of this embossed piece, part of it is raised. So I'm trying to avoid the parts that are raised just to help these snowflakes adhere a little bit better. So I'm just going to unlid that. And previously I've been just picking these up, but if you have flatter ones, which you can get by just shaking them a little, you have some that are flatter on the top, and you can just grab them with your putty end of your take your pick tool. I'm just sticking those where I stuck the glue, and they're also going to stick to your fingers because they just really would like to. And stay right there. Oh my gosh. Look, I did this on my first card because I thought, oh, I won't have any inky fingers, but they are still wanting to stick to me. So anyway. Oh my gosh, or the putty. That's really it. When you pick up the smaller ones, the putty is staying attached, and I can't get my finger under there to unattach it. All right, well, that is card number 1. That is so stinking cute. How fun is that? So then this one will just sit off on the side, and those snowflakes are going to be able to dry. So that is our first card. So stinking cute. I love the colors. So let's go to card number 2. We have to use a penguin. Had to. All right. Okay, hold on. So sorry. That is funny. I was reading Debbie's comment. I said stay, and Debbie's dog laid down. Who knew? We must sound similar. No. All right. So for card number 2, we have a Misty Moonlight card base. We've got a basic white layer. This was embossed with the Snowflake Sky embossing folder because, you guys, it's the best folder for winter. I love it. I think I've used it every single week. We've got a scrap of basic white for our stamping. Hi, Lisa. Oh, thank you guys so much. You'll have a piece of Pool Party to die cut out your snow globe. You'll have a piece of Night of Navy to die cut out that bottom, like the base of the snow globe. And then you're going to have 2 pieces of the Snowy Scenes DSP. These are the same size. There's the other side. They're the mini snow globes on the other side there, but I loved those colors, so it kind of inspired what we're doing here. So let's start with stamping because it's the best place to start. And we do have some heat embossing to do on this card as well because it wasn't enough on Saturday. All right, so let's grab, I've got my Pool Party die cut piece, so you'll die cut that out. If you guys hear anything, I just want to say the kids are here. They didn't have school today, and it sounds like where I am, above me is like the porch or whatever, and they like to do handstands. They try to see who holds the handstand the longest, and I can just hear like continual crashing. And I don't know if you can hear that. So if you can hear that, everything's okay. They do it all the time. All right, I've got my pool party ink and I've got the mountains. So there's one big mountain and one little mountain. And we're just going to stamp a couple of these kind of along our pool party piece here. Well, I have a little bubble in that big mountain, but it's okay because they're going to get slightly covered by our trees. Okay, these would be cute as gumdrops too. You could probably like flip them around. So cute. So let me close this and then I'll hold this up so you can see. Okay, like so. So you can kind of see they overlap each other, but we're going to add in some trees and some penguin. So we're going to be all good there. So let's pull in our scrap of basic white. And then I've got my tuxedo black memento ink and oh, here he is. I was like, where's the penguin? They do. Yeah, they remind me of gumdrops too. That would be really cute. You could make like a gingerbread house. That would be fun. All right, so the penguin I inked up in tuxedo black memento ink. Okay, and I'll close that. And then we're going to color in his little nose. I got pumpkin pie again. And you could use a similar orange too. Like peach pie would work also. And then I'm using my light pumpkin pie to color in his little flippers. Okay, and then we're going to stamp our trees. So we've got 3 different trees. We're going to stamp all of them. They are so fun. Lisa, that's the cleanest piece of grid paper. Well, that's because you didn't see the other side. Ready? Ah! And this side has measurements. And I didn't want to show them because they're a surprise. They're for 12 Days of Christmas, which launches tomorrow. Registration launches tomorrow. So little plug for that. If you're not on my email list, you're going to want to be because 12 Days of Christmas registration is coming. Anyway, more information will be out about that tomorrow. But yeah, I have measurements on there because I made something really stinking cool. So anyway, okay, so ink these up, garden green ink, 3 cute little trees. Close this up, and then we're going to die cut these out. Okie dokie. So let me grab my penguin. And I'm using my Post-it note tape. I love Post-it note tape for holding my dies in place. Whoops. And then we've got 3 trees here. Okay. There's that. Hold on one second. There we go. I put do not disturb on and it somehow turned off. So I had to put it back on because my phone started going off and that would not be fun. All right. So I know, Lisa, you said, oh my goodness. I know it's a little bit messy, but you know what? I think one sheet of grid paper really has like 4 sides because you fold it in half and then you get 2 sides on each. All right. So let's add this last cute little tree here. And then I will grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we'll die cut these out and then we will heat emboss our season's greetings onto our snow globe tape. I know, I can't either, Deborah. Deborah said she can't die cut without Post-it note tape. I can relate. It really is like the best. It's just so nice for holding everything in place. All right, so let me grab these guys. And this penguin is so cute. Like sometimes, you know, some of the faces on things, they just look a little like derpy and not the snowman or the snowman either, but the penguin is so cute. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to set that on the ground and bring this in. So I am going to bring this back in because if you did watch my video on Saturday, I mentioned that I use my grid paper sometimes or scrap paper, whatever you have, because sometimes I get a little messy with the embossing powder. And if it goes all over my glass mat, that's like not a big deal because you just grab a wet paper towel and wipe it up, but not when you're live, not when you're doing a video. Yeah, so I'm going to use my paper. That is so weird. My do not disturb just turned off again. That is, it's like I have a ghost in here. You guys, there's a ghost. Doesn't he know Halloween was last week? All right, let's, isn't that wild? Halloween was last week. That feels like it was like 3 weeks ago. All right, back to business, Melissa. We've got the Season's Greeting Sentiment. I used my embossing buddy to just help remove any of that static that we had on our Night of Navy piece. Okay, and then I have my Versamark here that I inked up. Now the Versamark, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn on my heat tool so that it can warm up, but I think you can still hear me because I've been told before you can. And anyway, so the Versamark is basically just like sticky. And then I've got my white embossing powder, and I absolutely love, 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 love the look of white embossing powder on like a darker colored cardstock. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, so I am just using my tweezers to help me out here. And I just added my white embossing powder on. You can do it again if you'd like. And then I just lightly tap, okay? Now my tweezers have some embossing powder on them, so I'm just gonna be careful because they're very pokey. But look at this. So you see how there's a little bit of embossing powder on the edge here? If I heated that, it would stay. So any extra you wanna remove before you actually bring your heat to it, or else it's stuck. So good, you can hear me, good. All right, so let me re-grab this, and then we are going to heat it. You can watch the magic happen. It's so cool. Beautiful. Just like that, we've got a lovely heat embossed sentiment. I'm going to recap my tweezers because they really are very pointy. Very dangerous. All right, so there's that. I'm going to just set that to the side and we'll move that messy scrap paper away. And now we can start assembling. So let me move all the bits and pieces here. And we are going to grab that embossed piece, and I am going to add lots of adhesive because when you have an embossed piece, when you have something textured, sometimes it tends to kind of warp up a little. This embossing folder is not quite apt to do that, but some of them are. Like the timber one, that one really kind of warps up a little bit because there's just so much, you know, texture that goes all around the sides. So I just always say lots of adhesive if it's got texture on it, just to make sure that everything stays stuck down. All right. Oh, that's clever too. Deborah uses a very small paintbrush to get extra embossing powder off. You can also use the putty end of your Take Your Pick tool, which I have done sometimes if there's like a bigger like grouping of it. So yes, and the embossing buddy does prevent most of the extras, but yeah, sometimes you just end up with it, and it might be where your fingers were, or who knows. So, all right, I added some seal to the back of these DSP pieces, and we are just going to stick these down on either side here, and they are going to be slanted. Like so. Aren't those so fun? I love like garden green snowflakes. Who knew? Who knew that'd be cute? All right, we are going to add some dimensionals then to the back of our little snow globe, our topper. Okay, and then we'll add some to the back of our base. Excuse me. I've been so thirsty all day today. It's probably TMI, but you know, I just have been. It's kind of odd. Drink very, very a lot of liquids. Okay, so let's add our snow globe. I'm sorry if that was TMI. Today, I'm feeling goofy today, I guess. All right, and then I'm just going to stick that down right there. So those are up on dimensionals. Okay, and then we can take our cute penguin. And let's add, I'm only going to add one dimensional on the back because we are going to tuck some trees underneath. So I want our penguin to be kind of set and ready, okay? And then we've got these 3 trees. So one of them is obviously bigger. And then this one, I think this is more like an outline tree, and this is kind of a filler tree. So because these ones, even though they were all stamped in garden green, these 2 are like very garden green. These ones are kind of in the background for me. And this one is actually going to get popped up on a dimensional. Well, not popped on a dimensional. You could, but I'm actually going to set it in the front too. So let's add some seal to the back of all of these guys. Okay, and I am going to just use seal to add this one down. You could use a dimensional, like I said, though. And then we're just going to tuck these in. Now, keep in mind you've got some mountains, so you might want to play with where that goes so that you don't completely hide those mountains. Whoa. Okay, so I'll put this one like right there. And then we'll sneak this guy over here on this side. And I like the varying heights too. I think that looks nice. Okay. And then this one, we are going to finish off with some transparent dots. These are one of my favorite embellishments, as you can tell. And we are going to use these clear ones, which I thought would be really fun. I actually pulled these out initially to use the garden green ones because we've got garden green in the card, but then I really liked these clear ones. So I'm going to use one big one. And they're not like a full clear. They're kind of like milky. So yeah, I don't know. I love them. And one little one right there. So that is card number 2. So there you go. You bought your first heat tool about 30 years ago. That's great that it still works. Awesome. Yeah, I don't think that those things are like frequently replaced, right? Like I think they like same thing with the embossing buddy. They're so cheap, but I feel like once you have one, you really don't need another one. All right, so that is our second card. So let's go on. Card number 3. This one is really fun. I had to feature the other snow globe, and I didn't quite like it like full center stage. I don't know. So I kind of, stuck it off to the side a little. It is such a large, it's a very large snow globe. We'll just say that. Okay. All right. So card number 3, we've got a thick basic white card base. We've got a Night of Navy layer. We've got a piece, you guys, this is from the airplane paper. So there's the other side of that, but we've got this fun like grid Night of Navy pattern. So this is from the Take to the Sky DSP. So you'll have a piece of that. You'll have a strip of basic white for our sentiment. You'll have a piece of, whoops, that stuck. Piece of basic white to do some stamping and die cutting. You're going to have some pool party. We're going to die cut out the little snowflakes. I didn't do that ahead of time because they're so small. I just thought I would lose them. So I did add some adhesive sheet on the back. So, I was thinking smart this time. So I've got adhesive sheet ready to go on that, but we are going to die cut out a couple of snowflakes. And then you're going to have a piece of basic white to die cut out your snow globe and a piece of boho blue to die cut out the base. Now this is the same base as the last card. So it works for both of the snow globes. So let's start with stamping. We've got our snow globe piece here, and we are going to go to town stamping our snowflakes. So let's grab our pool party ink again, and let me just grab the stamps that we need. So there's 3 snowflake stamps, and then there's this little like dotted like flurry, I guess, stamp. So let's go ahead and stamp these. I always start with the biggest one just to add a couple of those to make sure there's some space for it. And you really just create your own kind of background on this. Okay, now I've got the medium-sized one. And that little flurry stamp is going to be kind of like the filler. So I'm going to focus mostly on the actual snowflakes because they're pretty. And the other one is just dots. It's still pretty, but it's just dots. Okay, so just stamp a few of these around till you have it how you like it. Alrighty, and then we can go in and just add a few little fillers here with this little flurry. And now this one is not really a huge deal if you stamp it over a snowflake that you already stamped down. It still looks fine. So it looks natural. So just add a couple of those. Okay, so that is that. We can close up our pool party ink. Alrighty, and then we are going to grab that strip. Now again, same thing as with our first card. This strip I actually did cut to size. So this is the size I want it to be. And I am going to, actually, before we do that, we're using the same stamp too. So the Let It Snow stamp, but we stamped that with pumpkin pie on our first card, so we just have to clean it off. So now we're going to stamp it with Night of Navy. Okay, and this time we're going to stamp it on the left-hand side. For the first card, we stamped it over towards the right. Now I am going to leave maybe about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch from the side, from the left-hand edge here, but I am going pretty far over to the edge because I want to leave room for that snow globe, right? We don't want that snow globe to not fit. So we've got that added, and then we can go ahead and grab our scrap piece here, and actually I'm going to keep Night of Navy out. We're going to stamp our cute little cabin or our house. Ink, ink, ink. Stamp that down. Okay, and then we can close this. And I'm going to grab out Garden Green again. We're going to stamp the little holly leaves onto our basic white. And close that up. And then last but not least, we need our berries. And when I was deciding on a color for the berries, the reds just didn't quite feel right. So I actually went with petal pink. So, and my petal pink only opens that far. In case you were like, why isn't she opening that all the way? It doesn't go any farther, which is just fine because the ink is still usable. So, all right, we need to die cut these out then. And we're also going to die cut out those other snowflakes that I was mentioning. So let's grab some Post-it note tape here. And our coordinating dies. So we've got our house/cabin. And we've got our, let me find them, leaves. Okay. Like so. And then we've got our cute berries. And we can add those down. All right. So let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. And we can set this down. And then we've got our pool party piece. Hopefully. It's kind of not fully on camera, but you guys know what I'm doing. I think, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to add the snowflakes from the die set. So there's like these little tiny itty bitty ones. Okay, so there's 2 sets of these. So I'm going to die cut both out. And then there's one more detailed die. So we're going to die cut those out. All right, so we've got our house. So cute. And our leaves. So cute. Can you sense the theme? It's also cute. And we've got, whoops, they fell. Where'd they go? I watched, oh, they're like in this part, but on the other side. We'll have to see if we can get them out. I bet we can. Our berries, which are coming soon, we'll get them. Okay, and then we've got our cute little detailed snowflake. And then these sets of the 2 tiny ones. So those ones stayed in there. Just poke those out over our cardstock so they don't end up somewhere else too. And then those all have adhesive sheets on the back. You could use liquid glue or fine tip glue. But they are very, very small. So I did. Okay. Let me see. We've got to do some magic. Got it. It went in between. So yeah. Anyway. It just, I don't know. Didn't want to shine on a card today, but look, it just almost flung itself on the floor. Somebody keep your eyes on that. So later I'll say, where did it go? All right. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and start assembling this card. I'm going to add some seal to the back of our DSP. And then this is actually going to go in the top right, which we'll just pivot it. So I'm going to line it up with the bottom left because that just works better for me being a right-handed person. And I'm just lining it all the way up with those edges. See, and then we'll just flip it around. Okay, so but that's going all the way over. Oh yeah, that would be super cool to make a shaker card with the big globe and with the loose snowflakes. That would definitely be awesome, and you should definitely make it. And then you should definitely send me a picture. Anyway, all right, so let's fold and burnish this. Okay, and then we're gonna take that sentiment of ours, run some seal there, and then this is actually going to go across our entire card front. So I'm lining that up with the left-hand edge. It's going to run all the way. You can choose how much of that DSP you want peeking out from the bottom. This one I did maybe in 1/16 of an inch, and this one's more like an 1/8. So I don't know. It's totally up to you. Okay, and then we can go ahead and add some seal to the back of our snow globe. And I'm just going to use my boho blue piece just kind of as just for placement right now. It doesn't have any adhesive on it, but just go ahead and attach this down. This would be cool too as like a crystal ball. You could do something like that with it too. For Halloween maybe. I know Halloween just ended, but for next year. You can get a head start. You're not late. You're just really early. All right, I added some seal to that boho blue base then and stuck that down. And then I'm going to open up my card and trim off the excess. Okay. So just use your snips or your trimmer and just cut off anything extra that's hanging over the edge. Oh no. Okay, it's not too sticky. This had seal on it. And it's stuck on my glass mat, but it's okay. All right, then I'm going to take that house of ours, our cabin, add some dimensionals to the back, peel off those backings, and then we're going to stick this down on our card, like right about here. It's so stinking cute, I can't even. All right, so let's add a little bit of seal onto those holly leaves here, and we're going to stick these down. So it's kind of going in that point here between the base and the globe, but I needed to add them somewhere, and it had to be here. I really thought that they were kind of cute on this card, and it brought out a little bit more color. That we only have the blues until we add those hollies, right? So, oh, you want to make a shaker card too with this set, Deborah? Yeah, for sure. This would be a great set to do that with. All right, so let's peel off these adhesive sheets. Okay, and then we're just going to attach our cute little detailed snowflakes down. Good thing we got those berries on the card too before they ran away. All right, so there's a couple of them. We'll add another one up here, and then we're going to add 2 on the base because the base is a little bare right now, so we need to add, gotta add something, right? The holly is a really nice touch too. I think so too, Debbie. It just adds a little bit more interest to the card, and it really does help. I mean, a monochromatic card is beautiful too, but I just thought it's Christmas, right? I'm going to use it as a Christmas card, and so you can just have a little bit extra, right? But the nice thing about this set too is that you don't have to use it for Christmas. It could just be for winter cards, which is really cool. So, all right, let's grab, I've got my iridescent pearls here. So we're going to grab one big one, set that down on that Night of Navy layer here, and then one little one. And it kind of looks like snow then too. So that is card number 3. Thank you, Deborah. I know the house is so cute. It's so, and that gives you some perspective here. Like this snow globe die is pretty large. I'm trying to grab it here. It's like 3 1/4 inches tall by 3 1/2 wide. So it's pretty big. You can tell it would take up a large part of that front. And when I was playing with the sentiment, I wanted the sentiment. I didn't want to trim around it because fussy cutting, but I didn't want to cover the base either. So this was my solution, was this card here. So that is card number 3. Whoa, I'm tossing things now. Let's go on to our final card. This one is the most Christmassy colored, but it's a New Year's card. And again, you could swap out that sentiment for sure. But, you know, sometimes we mean well and we send cards right for Christmas, and you send all your cards for Christmas, and then you get one from somebody who you didn't send one to, and then you're ready with a New Year's card. Or maybe some of you send New Year's cards. I don't. I make so many for Christmas, so my New Year's cards are just for that scenario that I just outlined. Most of the time. Sometimes I do actually send a Christmas and a New Year's to some people, but it's rare. All right, so card number 4, we've got a garden green card base. We've got a basic white layer. We've got this beautiful piece, which is also from the Snowy Scenes DSP. So the same DSP that's in the Sweet with the Snowy Wonder bundle. And this side is what we're going to use, the stripes, but that hollyberry side is really pretty too. We've got a scrap of basic white for stamping. We've got a layer of garden green to mat with our sentiment. And then, of course, our piece of basic white for our sentiment. So let's go ahead and start with stamping. I am going to grab my garden green ink pad to start, and this little piece here for our sentiment, and I am going to ink up Happy New Year and stamp this down. Now I am going to go probably about 1/4 inch in from the right hand edge. That's not the straightest, but that's okay. About 1/4 inch in from the right hand edge, because our snowman is going to cover part of that left hand side there, so just a little bit, so not quite centered, but not quite all the way over either. So let's grab then our scrap of basic white. Let me see here what we need. So we're going to use petal pink for our cute little candy cane. All right, stamp that down. Close up petal pink. We are going to use Pool Party for our cute little gifty. All right, so ink up that cute gift and stamp that down. and close this up. And then we are going to use our tuxedo black memento for a little top hat. Of course, the snowman is so cute with the top hat on. Okay, and then I gotta grab my snowman back out here, and we're gonna stamp the snowman too. Perfect, just like that. And then we're gonna color in his little nose again with that pumpkin pie blend, and I'm gonna use the dark one. Look at how easy the coloring is this week. For those of you who don't like coloring and don't like fussy cutting, this is the week for you. All right, let's go ahead and die cut these out. So I am going to grab all my pieces. So we've got our snowman. Make sure that's lined up before you add your tape. That would, I mean, it wouldn't be bad, but it wouldn't be great either. Okay, we've got our hat. Like so. We've got our gifty. Oh, the hat is lifting up. There we go. And then we've got our cute little candy cane. I do not know why this piece is raising instead of sticking. I probably need to replace that piece, but it's okay. It's our last card. It's like, no, there's no new Post-it note tape because it's the last card. There are, Margaret, there are little trees in the set. Yes. So here is, well, there's a couple, there's 3 of them that you can stamp and then die cut. 1, 2, and then where's the other one? Oh, right here. 3. And then there's this one here that you can die cut as well that we used on our first card. Okay, so let's die cut these out. So let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and crank these through. And then, hold on, let's move this out of the way because everything attached here. Here we go. Our cute snowman, he's probably, well, okay, I don't know. I was going to say he's my favorite, but I really like the penguin too. I don't know. It's too hard to decide sometimes. You just can't. You just can't. All right, so there's the present. Here's the cute little hat. And last but not least, we've got our adorable candy cane right there. How fun is that? Okay, so let's go ahead and start assembling. I am going to adhere my DSP. Do we think the seal will last? You guys, I am so, look at that. I am so close to the end. Oh, you used to dislike diagonal stripes. Interesting. These ones are not straight either. So if you're like, uh-oh, they didn't use a ruler when they drew those, if that's going to drive you nuts, you might want to avoid this pattern. Thanks for the reminder too. Margaret said, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it because that would help me out on YouTube and Facebook. If you're watching, if you're on Facebook, you can give me a heart. So, all right. So I added those to the card front. Let me flip that over. We're going to fold and burnish. You guys, we are so close. I don't know if the seal is going to hold out. If I get really stingy with it, maybe I can. All right, I added some seal to the back of that basic white piece, and then I am going to lay this onto our garden green layer. Now, you'll notice that the layer is a little bit different, right? So we've got a little bit peeking from the top and bottom, and then our basic white extends on the left and right. So kind of fun. Just a little bit different way to mat something. Then we're going to add some dimensionals and stick this, whoops, not upside down though, but stick this on that lower left hand side, maybe in a little. And you can tell, depending on how you cut your DSP, it looks way different, right? This one is more of an up and down pattern or stripe, where this one is more like side to side. So it just depends on your DSP. Okay, so then for our snowman, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a dimensional on this left-hand side of my sentiment, okay? So it's on the DSP, but it's right next to the sentiment so that our snowman can go down and I don't have to worry about like finding where it can connect. And we're just going to stick that down like that, okay? And then we can take another dimensional, and I'm going to use my snips to help me out. Peel off the backings from both sides. Come here. There we go. And I'm going to sneak this under the snowman's head, so it's going to give a little bit of extra support there. But I'm leaving a little bit exposed because that's also how we are going to attach his cute little hat. So there we go. That's adhered. How fun is that? Oh, thanks, Alicia. All right, so then in his hand over here on our right, his left hand, but our right hand, I just added a little bit of seal. You could add glue or a glue dot. And we're just going to stick that cute little candy cane down. Okay, because you could sneak a mini dimensional under there too. And then we're going to add a little bit of seal. You guys, we did it. Look at that is like about to pop. We did it. We made it with the seal. And we're going to stick this guy down on the left-hand side of that cute little snowman. And then to finish this one off, I've got these earth tone shimmer gems. These are from that bird set, the Nest of Winter. So cute, right? Shiny garden green. Come on. Like, yeah, that's winner. Sold. I'm going to add one big one right. Oh, I scooted this over. So you can add them wherever. I'm going to add that right there, kind of in his armpit. Don't laugh. And one little one right there. So that, my friends, is our fourth and final card. Isn't that? I know I have more seal in the drawer behind me, but I was like, I wonder if I could do this without refilling during the video. So there is that one. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed these card ideas. I hope you enjoyed the video. We were a little chatty, and that's fun. Frankly, I find it fun. So there are the 4 cards that we made together tonight. Just as a reminder, if you would like these card kits sent to you as a free thank you gift from me, all you have to do is place an order in my online store this week. You can order whatever you want. We had new kits launched today. We had new online exclusives launched today. Maybe you need stuff for your Christmas card still. Maybe you loved this bundle now, and so you need that because that happens to all of us. But if you place that order using this host code that you see on the screen, I will send you these as a free thank you from me. So you'll get the card kits so you can make these at home too. So I will get these shipped out next Tuesday as well. So you'll have them in time to make for Christmas and New Year's. And maybe even before the snow flies, but who knows? Depends on where you live. All right. Thank you all so much for joining. Also, just as a quick reminder, tomorrow I am launching registration for 12 Days of Christmas. Now, I will give you just a little tiny sneak peek of that because I have not done a 12 Days of Christmas before. I do the Christmas series, which if you're on my email list, you've been getting that. I think we're already on, week like 5 or something like that. So I don't remember exactly. I know what the project was. I just don't remember what week number it was. 4, 5, something. Maybe it was week 4. Anyway, so it is similar-ish to that in that there is a project every day. But this is a little bit different where we are going to do Christmas for 12 days in a row starting on November 25th. Alicia's birthday, just saying, who's watching this video, and go all the way through December 6th. There will be a new video every day. It might be live, it might be recorded, one of the two. And you're going to learn how to make a project. Now, I actually don't know. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 cards in the mix, but they are gift card holders. And everything else is more of like a stocking stuffer or a gift idea. So if you've already got your Christmas best day, I love it. If you've already got your Christmas cards done or planned, or they will be done by then, not to worry, because you'll have some ideas for stocking stuffers and little gifts to give to hosts, to give to friends, to whatever you need, neighbors, all that. So it's going to be exciting. I partnered with 5 other demonstrators for it. And so you get creativity from all of us. So I will do the video each day showing you the project. You'll get access to a PDF. It's going to be incredible. So anyway, more info coming out tomorrow. I will do a surprise live probably also to talk about the whole thing tomorrow, but make sure you're on my email list. The link is in the description of this video. It says, you want to be first to learn about my classes? Click here and join the email list. It's free. Anybody can join it. So make sure you do that so you can be first to register tomorrow. So, all right. I think that's all. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will catch you next week. Bye for now.